it's never just money. It's normally money and something else, because you can have the motivation to want to do something, but you also need to have the availability from other things to be able to put it together.
Right.
So once you develop an idea, it sounds crazy or annoying, whatever anyone wants to say, but like, you need a business plan. Draw on the people that are around you to help create the steps that you need to make it to the next level, because even if you're looking for investors, they want to see that this is something that's viable, because whatever you're doing, it's a product that you're selling to somebody.
Welcome back to the FilAfrik Podcast. Today I have a very special guest, DeLauren Shepherd. She's the founder of Plan to Remember Events and also the co-founder of The Blank Room. Pretty much, we're recording this from The Blank Room, and it'll be my pleasure to hear from DeLauren as to what she does, why she does the things she does and the way she does them, but then centered around a conversation we've had before on execution, because I know that's one place you'll find several immigrant entrepreneurs struggle. So again, welcome to the FilAfrik Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure, really. Going very quickly, because there's a lot I want to learn from you, and I'm hoping everyone who's watching would also learn as much as I'm trying to get out of you, right? When we look at our community as immigrant entrepreneurs, you would find everyone, has an idea. So ideas pretty much isn't the problem, right? But now, the one thing you find is there are not too many people doing anything with their ideas. They're just still having it in their journals, whatever it is. Some are even just praying about it, right? I mean, hey, we know ourselves, right? Some people they've been praying about the ideas, right? But before we look into all of that, who were you before this entrepreneur? I mean, you probably were born an entrepreneur, let you know too, but I mean, who really are you beyond that business card? Who is DeLauren?
So I originally actually wanted to be a buyer for the fashion industry, because I love fashion, I love getting dressed up, I love heels.
Wow, maybe we should stand and then so we can see the heels. But yeah, I'm joking.
We should do like a shoe cam.
Okay, right, all right.
I'm definitely a shoe blazer girl. But yeah, so I wanted to be a buyer. So pretty much what I wanted to do was fly around the world and pick the pieces that people would be selling in their stores at retail level. I went to school for 2 years in Toronto, and by the end of my program, realized that's not what I wanted to do anymore.
Oh, wow.
So just continued in retail, because I've been in retail since I was about 17 years old. That's where I started working, and that and Tim Hortons. I worked in the mall. I had about 5 jobs at one time, so I would literally go from store to store for my shifts. And eventually I got a job in Guess. They would fly me around and I would get to open stores. And then I became a store manager for Guess. I was a store manager at BB. Yeah, that's pretty much where I started. And then one day, one of my friends called me, and I was talking to them. I was leaving one of my shifts, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. And he was like, you should think about getting into event planning. And I kind of put it in the back of my head, didn't really do anything. But then one day, my friend out of the blue was like, let's move to Niagara Falls and go to school for event planning. And I was just like, okay, now I feel like it's a sign. So we moved to Niagara Falls, we rented out a room, went to school for a year, and my wedding ended up being the first event that I planned.
Interesting. So from thinking about it, putting it on the side, you even went to school for it. So this is not just you trying your hands based off of passion. You're trained for this.
Absolutely.
That's really encouraging. As much as I'm trying to get us to look at how you translated from ideas to executing, at what point did it feel, at what point were you convinced you needed to do this?
So actually, my now ex-husband was the complete motivating and driving factor. That and COVID. So
COVID did a lot for so
I know
people.
it is so many people.
Right.
So originally, I was kind of just doing it on the side for friends and family. They'd asked me to do events, and then I was also working for the Toronto Marriott Markham.
Okay.
I was in their sales and events department, so working on the corporate side of things. Then when COVID happened, I was actually on maternity leave,
Right.
and nobody had. If you were in the events industry, you didn't have a job to go back to because
nothing was
nobody's allowed to have events at that point.
Yeah.
So my ex-husband was like, you know what? I can float us. Just try starting your own business. Like, take it seriously, see how far it takes you. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, we'll figure it out at that time. So I just put all of my time and energy into my event planning business. I was also on the side working with a marketing firm, and they had partnered me with a catering company to do shows and stuff like that. So I would help market their products.
Okay.
The owner of that business, so the business is Chef D Catering and Events, was like, I don't know what you're gonna do for me, but I want you to work for me. So he ended up being my first client that I actually am on retainer for. So I do all of their events.
Amazing.
I execute, I plan, I do setup and tear down, I do decor. So there's a bunch of different facets that I do for them, and I have learned so much working for Chef D. It's incredible, it's amazing. I definitely attribute a lot of my success to him because he's the type of person that likes to teach you. So even though he's successful, he wants the people around him to also be successful.
Yeah.
So he makes an effort to show you the ropes and to let you in on different decisions that he's making and why he's making those decisions to help propel you. And I just take those little nuggets of information and then apply it to the businesses that I have now.
That's impressive. And then to think that you went from doing that, a service business, to now co-founding with two other women. I mean, women supporting women. I'm all out for supporting women.
Absolutely.
So, but you moved from that to co-founding the Blank Room, a physical space.
Yes.
I mean, let us know exactly how that transition happened. Well, it's not a transition because you still run Plan to Remember.
I still run Plan to Remember events. I quickly learned I want to own my own space. I like to be in control, for lack of a better word. So having my own space
to be in control, just so you know.
Having my own space that I can manipulate more easily because the restrictions.
I mean, without constraints.
Exactly. So because me and my business partner make business partners make all of the rules.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more freeing. So when somebody had put me and my business partners together and was like, you know what, I think these women would be interested in doing something like this with you.
Oh, wow.
We met together in August, and the rest is history, really.
Did you know yourselves before then?
We had worked together on one project once before, years before.
Right.
We would say hi to each other in passing, but had never worked in a large capacity with each other before.
Well, then a vision showed up, and
Absolutely.
alignment just was default. That's incredible. I know I've met your partners before, amazing women. I was hoping we could still get some snipers from them, but I mean, amazing women. I've met them at the soft launch of the Blank Room.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Now let's look at the execution gap, right, in real life within our community. When you work with clients, and I mean, you have tons of clients that I know, where do you see ideas dying most often, right? Planning, consistency, is it the fear, money? I mean, in your own words, truly, where do you find people just get trapped? Those ideas literally now feed off and then it's dead.
So I don't actually think that it's one specific thing that has everything dying off. I think it's multiple different facets that each person individually sees an obstruction. So it may be money, but it's never just money. It's normally money and something else, because you can have the motivation to want to do something, but you also need to have the availability from other things to be able to put it together.
Right.
So sometimes it's the education piece. Like I'm big on education. That's why I went to school for it, and I'm always continually trying to learn and see what's growing in the industry. Like what are the latest trends that people are doing? What is the latest colors? What are the latest decor? What do other venues have that we don't have? What do we have that other venues don't have? What do clients look for that they're not finding, and trying to fill that gap? So doing research and education, I feel like a lot of people think, oh, well, I have this idea. It's a great idea, so it's just gonna work. Well, not necessarily. Like, is there a market for it? Is there a need for it?
Absolutely.
And like you can start off small by like asking the people around you or people at your workplace, people in your family, kind of put the word out there and be like, oh, like if I created this, like, do you think this is something that people would need? And I feel like that's where the foundation needs to start, and then you can kind of build from there.
You know, one thing you said so far that resonates with me, right, and in the way we put it would be, whatever is worth doing is worth training for. Because that way you start out knowing exactly what it is you're about to do and do it excellently well. Because I mean, people would pay for value. So running off on passion truly is not enough. And I like the fact that that's something you've said again and again. But now, let me even ask you, have you had an idea, and I'm just hoping, I'm thinking what the answer would be now, but have you had an idea that you haven't really brought to light, right? It's still somewhere, probably still in your journal. I mean, if there is, why is that so?
I feel like there's a time for everything. Sometimes there's things that you need to do and experience before you are able to execute. And you had said something at the beginning of our interview where you're like, some people are still just praying about it. And I say that that's definitely something that you should do with any idea, because it could be a great idea, but maybe God doesn't want you to do it right now. Yeah. Maybe he wants you to do it 10 years from now or 4 years from now. And because there's somebody that you need to meet to help you propel in that industry. I'm very faith-based. I believe in God. He's the head of my life, and I do feel like even though I wish I had an event space years ago, or my business was much bigger right now, there's a reason why I'm where I am right now.
I really do completely agree with the whole idea of timing, because I mean, just like the scriptures will say, time and seasons, happens to them all. And I'm just thinking through a recent conversation I've had with a friend. It was something that kept on coming up, in our conversations. Like, I met this person at this time, and I'm like, where have you been? Why haven't you? And I'm like, I mean, it's times and seasons, right? It's to make the best of it at this time. But now, coming back to also execution, because you're very big on execution.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of those times I'm also thinking, maybe I should have met you since 2020. Right? I know we met in the later part of COVID era, but I mean, maybe I could also have started off what I'm doing now way earlier, because you're really big on execution. But walk me through the process, not the short reels, kind of walk me through, right? You've gone from creating the idea of Plan to Remember, you've gone from creating the idea of the blank room. Either of them, whichever you want to choose to use as, the guide for this. How did you go from the idea to executing?
So once you develop an idea, it sounds crazy or annoying, whatever anyone wants to say, but like, you need a business plan. You need some kind of plan for your execution, because when you create a business plan, you're creating steps for yourself to make it to each level. So when you start at the beginning of the plan,
say that part again. Because I mean, I think I like the way you said that. Like, it means the whole world. Say it again, please.
You're making steps for yourself to reach the next level.
Right.
So it's great to have a plan, but you need a structured plan. So you start at the base with, okay, what's my idea? What is my goal? What am I trying to do? What's my passion? And once you have that, that's going to be your base. That's going to be your foundation. And then you're going to build from there. So how can I reach my goal? What do I need? How much money do I need to spend? When I have that money, what am I exactly going to spend it on? So you want to divide it up. So for example, we had a business plan for the blank room, but then we also had our budget completely laid out. And it's funny because everybody can create a budget, but you always need to have that contingency, because 99% of the time you're gonna go over. We went over. Like, everybody goes over because there's always things that you don't expect. It might be in construction, or it might be policies that are in place where now you need to get different permits or register for certain things that you didn't know that you needed to do. So you always need to have a large contingency fund to ensure that you're able to fund that plan, and always be grabbing for information. So for example, the London Small Business Center, I sent our business plan to them. They reviewed it, they made changes for me, sent it back to me. I made the changes to that, sent it back to them to review it again. So
that's amazing.
Draw on the people that are around you to help create the steps that you need to make it to the next level, because even if you're looking for investors, they want to see that this is something that's viable. So again, looking into the industry, is there a market for what you're looking for? Actually have hard data saying, yes, this is something that's viable. These people are saying, or this many people are saying, I would absolutely use this product.
Right.
Because whatever you're doing, it's a product that you're selling to somebody, because how else are you making money?
True.
Right? And then you kind of just build from there. And then, because the execution isn't just everything in the end. The execution is actually the process. So it's what you're doing to get to your goal.
The process.
Yes.
Yes, and that's very correct. The process. Now, going from someone who you've always done everything you've done with Plan to Remember, now you have a physical space where you can create whatever you want, however you want it. I mean, in a few words, how does that make you feel? Let me even know, how does that make you feel?
It doesn't even feel real, honestly. I feel like I'm living in another dimension, because when your dreams are actually starting to come true before your eyes, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm actually here. And it's crazy because I wouldn't have been able to do it without my business partners, and the fact that they have the same drive and motivation as I do, that's hard to find in people. So
don't get me started. That's hard to find. Don't get me started. I mean, but there are still people out there who
absolutely
would. Yeah.
And because people can have drive, but you need to have the same drive to be going in the same direction, right? Because then you care, like you want everybody to care as much as you do.
Yeah, that's
and because they do, that's how everything gets done, because they want it to succeed just as much as I do.
Amazing. And now, how long have you been in London again?
All my life. Okay. I just moved to Toronto and then Niagara Falls for school.
All right. So, I mean, you're the best person to also give me some perspective to this, right? So, you've seen many founders, you've dealt with, business owners with their endless struggles, right? But then they also would struggle with executing consistently. What do you see in our London community, right, that's causing all of that? Like, what's in the way for most of our business owners and entrepreneurs in London?
I can even speak for myself in this.
Okay, yeah.
They don't have a plan. So, how do I explain this? So, for example, me and my sister are trying to build our social media. Right. I was speaking with a marketing company, and he's like, it's consistency, but to be consistent, you have to make a plan. We have meetings, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's so true. So now we actually sit down and have meetings on marketing and say, okay, this month, this is what we're gonna post each day.
Right.
And it's like, you can have a broad plan, but your plan needs to be very specific. It needs to be smart, have smart goals towards it, right? So, I found that when you have that guide, you create that map for yourself, you're now have something to hold yourself accountable. It's just like when people say they want to start going to the gym. You fall off so quickly, right? Because you don't have somebody to hold you accountable, and then it's kind of just like, okay, well, I'm just not going to go anymore. But if you have somebody that's pushing you and saying, hey, did you go today? Hey, did you do this today? Now you're just like, you're going to feel like you have to do it because you don't want to let that person down. Yep. Now you have this map saying, okay, I need to post today this many times. If you don't do it, and the person or your partner or whoever you're working with is like, hey, did you do this? You're like, oh no, like I need to get on it. I need to do that. So it's having a specific plan. So yes, you want that broad spectrum business plan, but then each section in your business plan needs to have a smaller plan to actually execute that section.
And that's something I've also seen even with FilAfrik too, right? I mean, for anyone watching today, there's no better way to say it. You're hearing from someone who's lived through, all her life in the city. You've dealt with several entrepreneurs, and even I sitting here too, I couldn't agree more. When people don't have a plan, they're either everywhere or they're really not doing anything.
Exactly.
Plus, I mean, I saw what you did there too with poking me with the whole gym thing too, because I mean, yeah, no one dragged me to the gym. But, I mean, yeah, that was a conversation I know we've had before. So that's fine. I see that. Hopefully one day I would show you all that I have found a partner holding me accountable to go to the gym. It's coming. All right.
Well, even I was listening to something on Instagram and they said, run your business like it's Walmart. Like Walmart's a huge conglomerate. And I know it sounds crazy, but what aspects do they have in place? Well, all of their team has their own role. They meet as a team and hold each other accountable in their role.
That's when people already have some sense of ownership. Because I mean, you said it so imagine you're now in the room with the wrong persons.
Yep.
Right? I mean, like I say to my partners and to other business owners who have partners, that decision is like marriage as well. The person you decide to run business with can make or mar your business, whether the idea is great or not. Because you could have a very good plan, but if no one is following through, execution is not happening. Like you said, execution is a process. So when that process is not in motion, we might as well just put that up and then have someone buy that plan. Because with you and your team, it's not going to happen, right? So that's really very important, choosing the right set of people. And plus, I was going to say too, I also find solo entrepreneurs who it's also important to have someone whom you're running things by. Maybe a legal advisor, maybe your accountant, maybe a mentor. There's that place of being held accountable. It does wonders. I've seen what it's like without having one. I'm currently experiencing having mentors, legal advisors, and then of course partners who are holding all of us accountable for what we're doing. So
absolutely,
you really nailed that one with that idea. But let's look at the immigrant founders, Black immigrant founders in particular, right? What would you consider a unique strength the Black immigrant entrepreneur has that they probably are not even looking into? They're probably underestimating that strength that they have.
There are now so many companies that are trying to push in the Black community for us to become entrepreneurs and start businesses, and people aren't taking advantage of them. So
is it a lack of information, or is just
absolutely it's a lack of information, because if you don't know what's out there, then you can't take advantage of it.
True.
But it's also, are you looking for it?
I like that you said that part, because that's something that we also find. People are just doing what they're doing in silos, not plugging themselves into rooms, resources. I don't know why. And it's good we're having this conversation. It's something that has to change, and it has to change real quickly. Because the average Black entrepreneur, or in fact, the average Black immigrant is very enterprising. Whatever, most people with all the academic qualifications from whatever country they've come from, you would find that they have some business that is not just an idea, but something they really are doing and is generating that, that has that economic growth and impact. But then you come here, stay in your own corner, in your own world, trying to do things all by yourself. You're not plugged into community, you're not plugged into resource pools and all. That's something that has to change. That's something we're all working towards, changing by putting people together in rooms, sharing information, plugging them into these resources and all. We just have to keep advocating for ourselves. We just have to keep, pushing and bringing this information to people of color. So, because like you said, the opportunities are there. They're enormous, right? But we need to wake up to it. I don't know if you see it differently though, but that's my viewpoint, that we need to truly wake up to it.
When you see somebody that's successful, even like in a space that you want to get into, ask questions.
Right. If the person really is gatekeeping, just move to the next person.
Exactly.
There's no big deal. It's either you're getting a yes or a no, right? And like they say, no would mean what? Next opportunity, right? Something like that. Yeah, next opportunity. So just go knock on the next door and then get the information you need. Because you find that information truly pays you a lot more than funds.
Yeah.
It's It's crazy, but
knowledge is power.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Now let's touch on a bit on systems, right? What systems actually keep you moving from idea to it's done? Because from the get-go, I could tell you're just a doer, right? What are the systems you have in place? I want to learn, and I want someone watching today to learn. What systems DeLauren has in place that moves her from ideas to just getting things done?
So everybody thinks that when you're a solo entrepreneur, you just do everything by yourself, but it's impossible to do everything by yourself. So like, yes, you may be executing on your own, but you probably have to bounce your idea off of somebody or ask somebody questions, or like there's other people that are around you that you pull on to get to what you're doing. So for me, most of the time that person's my sister. So my sister is also my assistant. So what I'll typically do is bounce my ideas off of her and be like, hey, like, what do you think about this? Or what if we try this? And she'll be like, oh, okay, like this could work or that could work. And then we kind of partner together on getting it to the next step. So like, okay, what's the plan? How do we get this executed? Okay, cool. So then once we have our plan, who's doing which part of the plan, and then building from there. So like, it just really goes back to planning, because without creating a plan, I feel like you kind of get lost away along the way, because even if you fall off, you can resort back to your plan and be like, okay, this is where we were at, this is kind of where we fell off, let's take it from here and then go back to the top.
And like in your case, you have that sister who you share those plans with, so it's not
Absolutely.
just a plan in your journal, because I mean, I could put the journal somewhere, never even go back to it. So it still comes down to accountability, having some form of partnership, right? I mean, if you're still sleeping on having a partner that holds you accountable, I mean, you better wake up to it, because you've heard DeLauren say it again and again. She has her actual business partners. She still has a sister who holds her accountable. I mean, shout out to all the sisters in the world, right? Shout out to my sisters. I have 3 sisters who they truly hold me accountable. Like one is here in London as well with me. She's always on the, hey, what's up? What are you doing? Like, what's next with FilAfrik? Like, you know, and it does help. It does help. So I'm glad you did touch on that real life experience. You know, because sometimes we just say things to people because it sounds nice on paper. It's theoretically, politically correct, but I mean, this is your experience, and it's also my experience too. And I mean, you who you're still watching and thinking, just go find yourself an accountability partner. I mean, it would make a whole world of a difference for you. If an immigrant entrepreneur listening right now, which I'm sure there's someone listening right now, right, has 3 ideas, for example, 3 ideas, right, and limited time, because I mean, time. You touched on it a bit, right? Exactly. How do they pick one of those ideas and build the simplest execution plan that actually works?
I feel like you should look at which of the 3 ideas is needed in the market more. So what has the highest chance of success, and then build off of that, because out of the 3 ideas, it's impossible that all of them are amazing ideas that are just going to take off and be great. So I would probably start at the base and see which one would work best in the market. So just find
the lowest hanging fruit and then run off with that one.
Because then you can, depending on what the ideas are, you could potentially use those to build on the other 2.
Absolutely. I mean, still comes down to having a plan, knowing that I start off with this one, but then it can and should translate to the other things as well, because at the end of the day, it's about solving problems. So I completely see what you mean there. Listening to you, I would guess you're not without some mistakes that you've made in your entrepreneurial journey. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it could also be the other way around. Like, things have been all divinely orchestrated. That there has been one mistake, right? But let me know, what's one mistake you've made in Plan to Remember events that you're sure you wouldn't repeat having launched the Blank Room?
I feel like when I was coming up with Plan to Remember events, I had to go through growing pains, pretty much, trying to figure out the best way to do things, and then along the way you make mistakes. So you plan things out, it may not go the way that you thought it was going to, or you have this great idea and then it doesn't execute the way that you initially anticipated. And I find that it's how you bounce back from that actually matters. Like, what did you learn from that situation? How did you pull from that situation? Because any mistakes that you make or any problems that you face, you can learn from them.
Yeah.
You can use that to either improve if you still want to continue on it, or just let it go, because not every idea is always worth fully executing. You may get to a point where you're just like, you know what, maybe this isn't as feasible or as important to me as I thought it was. Because it's just like when I went to school for fashion management and business, I thought I wanted to be a buyer, but after going to school for it, I was just like, this actually isn't what I want to do. So sometimes you need to kickstart it and see, okay, like, is this an industry that I really want to be in, or is this something that I really find a passion and a motivation for?
While we're still on this, right, let me also ask, because you did mention how you started out Plan to Remember events. Your ex-husband had, literally pushed you and all. Was he structurally part of that business, or it was just that whole passive, this is my person, I'm just pushing you to do this, right? Because I want to take that to looking at you now. You had the idea of owning your own event space. You could have also run off with the idea. I mean, and that's not to say there's anything wrong with being a solopreneur, but then I'm trying to see what made you so convinced that it was necessary to work with your co-founders, right? So when you started out Plan to Remember, was it just you? Was your ex-husband involved in it? Or it was just him on the side just pushing you?
He was definitely involved in the sense that he was the manpower. Wow. He would be helping me pack the trucks. He's helping me pack the trucks, build backdrops. Because he's an electrician, so he's good with his hands.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes I would see something online and be like, oh my gosh, that'd be really cool. It'd be like, can you go to Home Depot and like get all of the things that you need to make this thing for me? And you'd be like, okay. So then you'd go, he'd get the supplies that he needs, and he'd build whatever structure it is that I've dreamed up that I want, and I would just take it from there.
Okay. All right. If London's ecosystem wanted to truly support immigrant entrepreneurs with execution, not just inspiration, right? But actual real infrastructure, what would you want to see built? I mean, it could be funding, training, childcare, community. Like, what's that one thing you would want to see built in London?
There's a couple things. So I feel like the first thing would be a mentorship program. I feel like, and they could be out there, and I don't know enough about them, but
yeah, means they're not saying so much about it too.
That's the other piece to it, because I find that a lot of entrepreneurs start off by themselves, like you're as a solopreneur.
Right.
So if you have somebody that you can actually bounce your ideas off, that is either in the space that you're trying to get into, or can speak to you in business in general, I feel like that would be a huge help. So whether it be that you're registering your business, incorporating your business, starting your business account, just like those little things, coming up with your business plan, but not just at a broad spectrum, actually be focusing on immigrants that have come to Canada that may have a language barrier, may not be as financially knowledgeable about how exactly. So I think it would start there, but then build out into an ecosystem that helps people. So like maybe it might be that somebody has meetings to go to and they need childcare just for those few hours. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I have an amazing support system. It's truly unmatched to anything else. So it's funny because people are just like, how do you get so much done? So my sister is my assistant, and she helps me pretty much execute everything. So she also manages events for me as well, because sometimes I have multiple events on a day. My staff is mostly built of my friends and family, and I pay at a very decent wage, because even though my friends and family, I don't want to be taking advantage of them. My mom is my main childcare. She's with my daughter right now, and my son's at school. So without her, I wouldn't be able to move around as much as I do. my kids' dads are always being pulled into some crazy idea that I have, whether they need to build something for me, fix something for me, move something for me. They're always being dragged into one of my businesses to help me do something. And then my friends are always just doing random things to help me. So like one day my friend came over here so I could use her vehicle because it's bigger than mine to go pick up rentals. So like it's random things that they do that make everything flow and come together. So it's leaning on the people that are around you that want you to be successful and building your own ecosystem. And I feel like people don't really know how to do that because sometimes you just don't want to ask for help. But if you don't, I promise you it's going to be much harder.
Absolutely, there's a struggle. And boy, are you blessed? Yes, I mean, you're very blessed. And then guess what? Just listening to you about what London should be building, this is precisely what FilAfrik is building. Like we're building an ecosystem for Black entrepreneurs through the several programs and initiatives we have, whether it's the Lift Business Summits, whether it's the Founders Breakfast, keeping that whole Founders and circle. It's because it's one gap, we realized a very long time ago that we needed to have that ecosystem where people can get access to everything they need and want, even as entrepreneurs, because I mean the struggle can be real too. It really can be real. And
absolutely.
I'm happy for you that you have something very strong that's centered around friends and family, because I mean it also does something about keeping costs low too.
Yeah.
Right? I mean it keeps costs low, and
yes.
I appreciate the fact that you're also intentional about keeping the Black dollar too within the community, right?
Absolutely.
Because we could literally go hire someone else from anywhere to do it, but we're primarily using friends and family, and then just spreading that whole socio-economic impact, and that's incredible. That's something any one of us should really learn. Now, as we gradually come, to a close on this episode, we will delve right into what's signature to us is the rapid fire question. I mean, we just go, should I say as the spirit leads, but I mean, whatever comes to mind real quickly, let's get it out of you, right? So, what's one word that describes your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Oh my goodness.
Sounds like, oh my goodness is the word.
Oh my goodness could be the word. Actually, let's leave it at that. Oh my goodness is the word.
Oh my goodness, because I mean, lady is amazed as to how far she's come, right? I mean, I've known her for quite a while, and even I'm proud of you. Have I said that to you before?
Thank you.
I am really proud of you. I mean,
I appreciate it.
Knowing you from those days in London French daycare and all,
yes.
and then seeing how far you've come, that's inspiring. What's one book, podcast, or video that's shaped how you execute, not just how you think?
John Hope Bryant is somebody who I like to listen to on Instagram, who likes to push the Black initiative with people who are building and investing in the right things. Right. So he's definitely it.
Nice. What's one micro habit immigrant founders can start this week to close their execution gap?
Your daily routine. Honestly, I've found that since I've implemented ensuring that I wake up every morning and do my devotion and pray before I leave out for the day, it completely shapes my day differently and how impacts how I respond to things throughout the day. So that may not be your thing, but finding out what your thing is. Some people, they wake up and they go to the gym, and that's the first thing that they do for the day, or they wake up and they sit down and have their coffee and read a paper. So something that you're gonna do every day that you can find comfort in, to look forward to. I feel like finding that one thing for you is definitely what everybody should do. And then reflecting at the end of the day. Okay, what did I get? What did I accomplish that I wanted to accomplish today? What did I not accomplish? What do I have to put off for another day? Like having that moment of reflection, I feel like is another thing.
That's amazing. What's a belief about events or entrepreneurship you had to unlearn?
I had to unlearn?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that entrepreneurs just get an invoice and that's their money. That's not how it works. There's so many other expenses. There's so many other faucets that you have to figure out to
Right.
allocate it in the correct
Right,
ways.
right.
But yeah, just I may see an invoice for $10,000 today and then not see any invoices for weeks. So people don't know the peaks and valleys of entrepreneurship.
Wow. So true. What's the most underrated habit for women entrepreneurs building in Canada?
Underrated habit, being able to run a business and a family.
Yes.
People sleep on that so much. Like, running your family or your household is a whole other business. Whether you have a partner or not, it's finding that balance so that you still have all of those experiences with your family, but then you still also have a stable foundation and ecosystem for your business.
Yeah. Shout out to all the women who are on the entrepreneurial journey. Truly. I mean, I'm rooting for all of you. So what's your go-to principle when everything falls apart on the day of an event?
I've never had everything fall apart on the day of an event.
Said it. This woman is blessed. Jeez, all right.
Everything falling apart is a little bit
most
crazy.
things.
Some things definitely go wrong
Right.
at events because no event is, or I shouldn't say no event. Most events aren't just completely perfect because there's things that are out of your control. But number one, ensuring that things still go slowly, even if you need to correct something in the back. Still go smoothly, even if I'm correcting something in the background.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe a vendor didn't show up for my bride. I'm not going to run to my bride and be like, oh my goodness, this person didn't get here. No, I'm going to figure out what I can do to fix or replace it so that she doesn't even know that anything wrong is happening in the first place. So stay calm. That always says, freaking out never fixed anything. So you need to find your equilibrium. And it's funny, my ex-husband taught me that. He's like, yelling and screaming and freaking out isn't going to change the
anything.
situation. So if you stay calm, you look at, okay, what is the situation? What do I need to fix? What's the best way that I can fix it in this moment?
Right.
You get so much more accomplished.
Well, I'm taking that lesson for sure. Freaking out doesn't fix anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely doesn't. If you had to start over in London, right? I mean, you've lived here all your life. So if you had to start over again in London with $100 and your current skills, what's the first thing you will execute on?
I think that I would get a mentor from the get-go.
So you just go pay a mentor or just go find...
No, because
But I
there's
mean-
free mentors out there. So for example, I'm working with the London Chamber of Commerce now. So the Blank Room is part of the London Chamber of Commerce. And they set me up with a mentor that I'm actually going to be meeting with next week.
Amazing.
I feel like I would have probably looked in that direction
Right.
from the beginning when I'm at my business plan stage so that they could guide me and maybe eliminate some of the mistakes that I made along the way.
Because pretty much that's what mentors are for.
Yes.
Right. So let's do a tricky one, right?
Okay.
This is the last one now. I want you to finish this sentence. London will be a global hub for immigrant entrepreneurs when we start to...
Work together.
Amazing. She couldn't have said it any better. When we start to work together, when we
Yes.
start to collaborate, when we, drop whatever ego, I don't know, I mean, be vulnerable, be open to it. Like you said, know your equilibrium, know your limits too, but come to the table, let's work together. There's a whole lot more. Our voices together, that economic impact when we come together, it's amazing. We could share data together, we could share resources. It's a whole lot we can do together and then move, that ecosystem of Black entrepreneurs. DeLauren, it's really been my pleasure. I do not take the time we've spent today for granted. It's been my pleasure. I've learned quite a few things from you today. I've always learned from you when we speak over the phone or sending those messages. I recall when you sent the whole Blank Room idea, I'm like, Aish, this woman is doing the most. Man, she's not even slowing down. And that's the kind of energy we need, right? And you brought that same energy into today's conversation, and I can see that in everything you've built, right? I'm hoping we could one day, come around and do a proper documentary of the space, right? Just so that we can also showcase, because everybody's probably wondering, what's the blank room? I mean, she will tell you in a moment where and how you can find the blank room. And maybe we can even just jump into that. Where can people find you?
So we're actually in the Hyde Park area. So we're at Fanshawe Park in Hyde Park, behind the Mandarin in a plaza. Unit 35, and we also have an Instagram, The Blank Room Inc., or you can email us at theblankroominc@gmail.com. You can call us at 519-701-0450, and we can accommodate all of your needs. So you can also reach me at Plan to Remember Events. So our Instagram is at Plan to Remember Events. Our email is plantoRememberEvents@gmail.com, and the phone numbers are actually the same. So again, It's 519-701-0450.
Amazing. I mean, you've heard from the lady herself. You know where to find her. Just call that number, follow them on Instagram. Just Instagram? Is that where you are?
Yeah, Instagram, and we're also on TikTok, but most of our traffic's on Instagram.
Hey, follow them on TikTok as well. Let's spread that love. Let's get traffic going on both sides. Instagram, TikTok. I mean, you would have zero regrets, right? Getting Plan to Remember, curating that event experience for you, and then hey, the blank room, I tell you, is an amazing space, right? Whatever it is you're planning, this is the place to be. And yeah, it's really been a pleasure. Thank you yet again for accepting to even be on this episode. And thank you for just pouring yourself out today. And I've learned a lot, and I'm sure everyone watching today has also learned something, right? And if you have any question for DeLauren, she's very personable. You don't even have to reach me, just straight up shoot her that message, ask her that question. She's big on helping. You can tell from everything she shared today. You want her to guide you on some things, please feel free to reach out and leave your comments as well. What else we should be focusing on our next episode. And yes, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
Thank you.